Hello YouTube, I have some awesome fish to show you today. I'm super excited about these. They are brackish, so we're going into brackish for the first time ever, so stay tuned. Okay, so the fish we're talking about is none other than the dragonfish, or Dragon Goby, or Violet Goby. Either way, it's a goby, but dragonfish sounds way cooler. So we got to set up a brackish tank. I have no brackish tank set up, and so here's where we're going to start. This is just my standard 20-gallon acrylic tank. I definitely will be quarantining these fish, so we need to start from scratch. First things first is substrate. And just like that, we got substrate. Now this is a really fine sand. There's a lot of information back and forth on going with no substrate, using a really fine sand. I don't like bottomless tanks or tanks without substrate. I just like this look way better than bare bottom, so I am gonna try sand. Now this is sea sand or whatever that means, so hopefully it'll help maintain a higher pH that these guys like, right around 8. And I think it's time to get some water in here. Alright, so we got substrate, we got water in here, we got salt in here. You can see it's still dissolving. We're going to have to give this a few hours, but we'll get the first look at him here maybe. I don't want to bug him too much. And there you go, I'm getting a pretty bad look at him there. They kind of look like bichers, however you want to say it. Kind of eel looking, rope fishy, can't really tell in the bag. Like I said, we're going to have to give this a few hours. I will be adding a lot of hardscape. One of the things I'm not going to like about this being brackish is not being able to plant it. I hate not having plants in my tanks. I might try some Java fern or some Java moss because I'm not doing a real high level of salinity here. Speaking of which, there's my salt. And I got the hydrometer there, so we'll be able to test this in a couple hours. But right now they're in fresh, but I do need to start slowly converting them to brackish, otherwise they will most definitely die. You can find these fish actually at Walmart, but like the green spotted puffer they keep there, they usually die pretty quick because they keep them in fresh water and not brackish water. So hopefully we'll have some good luck with these guys. You can see they seem pretty active. Of course, they're just super stressed out. So we'll check back in a few hours. Alright, so it's been a few hours here, and as you can see, I did try to test the salinity here, and it is definitely broken. This hydrometer I've had for about 4 years. Well, I should say I've had it longer, but it's been sitting in a box in the garage for about 4 years, so it's probably not working. So I do have to err on the side of caution here, so I emptied about half the water, and then did the recommended dosage that I found online. I did about half the recommended dosage, so they said 7.5 teaspoons per 10 gallons. This is 20 gallons, so I just did 7.5 teaspoons. And just keeping it light. I'll have to go pick up a new one this weekend. But now it's time to add some decoration, some hardscape in here, give them some places to hide, and I'm going to see what I can find and check back in. Alright, so I've managed to find a lot of my plant watering stakes here. If you haven't used these before, they make really good hides for plecos. We're going to try them here, see how they do. As you can see, I got a cichlid stone in the back corner there. We're just going to line these up. And I also got some nice pieces of rock here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but we'll put that in there. I'm going to build a nice shelf here they can kind of go in and out of, kind of hide those a little bit. Should work out okay, hopefully. Now these can be territorial, so we do need to give them as many hides as possible here. They are bottom dwellers. I should probably spin this around, look a little better. They do get, normally, average size is around 12 inches on these guys. However, there are some that claim to have gotten them up to over 20 inches in captivity, which, I don't know, who knows, you know, you never know. Wipe off these bubbles so we can see in here better. So we do have a cycled sponge in here. And, well, I got one more rock sitting over here, so might as well throw that in there. Cover up that back there. So hopefully they will play nice for a couple weeks while they are in quarantine. Eventually they will need a 4-foot tank. There have been unconfirmed reports of them breeding in captivity, but that's about it, nothing concrete. I do see a little red around their gills, so we definitely need to get them out of the bags. Hopefully not ammonia burn. Maybe they're just red naturally. But I think we're ready. I think we're ready to drop them. Let's take a look. suspected, a lot of them are going to hide. But honestly, they're not looking too great here. It looks like we might have some fungus back here. You can see the red. Also back here on this guy, kind of the same. You see that spot there and the glare. So, I don't know. It's just not looking good, but we'll see if we can get them squared away here over the next couple weeks. It's a really big guy back there. If we can focus on him. Nope. There he is. Kind of see his head back there. So we're gonna get some meds in the water. You know, I just do the triple threat of erythromycin, general cure, and Icex. But that's pretty worrisome right there. This guy is just not looking good. I really like that pattern though. So we'll see. They're not the most active fish in the world, but obviously they're in a new environment, so they're gonna take a little time to get used to where they are. Get a top-down view of the one back here. Hard to see with the water, but he kind of has that same fungus kind of look on him. Alright, this guy's moved back a little bit so we can get a little better look at him. I don't even see eyes on this guy. He looks dead, but he's not. He is barely breathing. I don't know that this one's going to make it. Again, I'm not an expert on these fish, but this guy is just not looking good. This guy was actually trying to burrow in the sand. You see all the crap in the water? That's the general cure and the erythromycin. It's kind of blue because of the Icex. The Icex will turn your water blue for about 20 minutes or so. It'll eventually turn back clear. And you can see the general cure and erythromycin will slowly kind of dissolve in the water. There is one that's been super active, but he's hiding back here in the corner. I actually think he's ready to eat. But I will not be feeding them tonight. I will be letting them get used to it. Man, missed it again. He just kind of goes in and out. Of course, we don't have any light back there either, except for all the glare. See, there he goes. He's trying to burrow. Now that's cool. I'm glad I got that on camera. You can tell he's definitely burrowing himself. That's really cool. So this guy, I don't know, either he's stressed and he's trying to hide, or that's a natural behavior and he's trying to hide. These might be ambush predators, but I don't think so. They're just more scavengers from what I've read. But there's not a lot of information on these guys, and I'm hoping to be able to provide some information. Because like I said, Walmart kills a lot of these fish. People buy these thinking they're freshwater. They kill them, so we definitely need to get some info on these guys. Alright, so the lights are turning off in the fish room. We're going to call it a night. Going to let them kind of get used to their new home, and we'll check in on them in the morning. Alright YouTube, so it's the next day and things are not looking good. Let's take a look. So two of them are actually looking pretty decent, one being this guy here. Let's see, there we go. See, he's been burrowing in the sand. There's one guy in here that, let's see if we could do it this way without the glare. You can see he's got something going on his side there. Also, just looks like tons of fungus growing on him. So not doing well. He is alive in that tube. And then there's this guy here who has been moving around. Where am I at? A lot. So that guy and that guy seem to be doing okay. And then the really, really bad one is back here in the corner. Right here. If we can focus on him. There we go. This guy is definitely not having a good time. Definitely some kind of funk going on right about there. Looks like he has some sort of fungus growing on his head there. So two of the four are just not looking very great. This guy though, he is just all over the place. So that's at least good news. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna lose a couple of these in the next couple of days, which is sad and annoying and frustrating, but I mean, besides medicating and keeping the water perfect, there's not a whole lot I can do beyond that. They just look so prehistoric. They're so cool. Oh, he's coming back. There he is, yeah. See, this guy is looking great. Alright, so I'm going to drop some bloodworms in here, see if we can get them to eat. Got a little cube here. Just toss it in and see what happens. Well, clearly I grabbed the wrong cube of food, but we'll see if they go for brine shrimp. Alright YouTube, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching the super prehistoric dragonfish. We're probably going to lose 2 of them, but there's not much I can do about that. I think I'll end up moving them into my 33-gallon long that is currently empty in the garage, so we'll have to set that up. That'll be fun. Like I said, they would appreciate a 4-foot tank. Besides being brackish, all the other parameters are pretty flexible. So the cool thing is now I get to look up brackish fish and learn something new about the hobby. Like I said, I've never done brackish fish before, so we'll see what we can pair with them. We'll have a lot of fun. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, and I'll see everyone next time.